Are you ready? A future of freedom, wealth, and unstoppable power is waiting for you, and it all starts today. Welcome, future millionaires, to the Grow Up Wealth channel, where we don't just talk about the dream of getting rich, we take action together to build the solid foundation for explosive financial success, true freedom, and the extraordinary life ahead. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine yourself in a perfect version of your future. No more debt, no more fear every time you look at your bank account, no more confusion when someone talks about investing, assets, or finance. Instead, you walk into a room head held high. You know your worth. You know how money works for you. You are no longer the person chasing after money. You are the one using money as a tool to achieve something bigger. Freedom, peace of mind, and a life you truly choose. But wait, how do you get there? You might be thinking, how much money do I need to make? Do I need a high-paying job, a special opportunity, or a stroke of luck from the heavens? Wrong. To become wealthy, money alone is not enough. What you need first, more important than anything else, is the right mindset and habits, because without the right mindset, even if you have money, you'll lose it. Without the right habits, even if you win the lottery, you'll end up poor again. On the other hand, if you train the right mindset and habits, even starting from zero, you can build sustainable wealth and rise to the top. This is not a video promising you overnight riches. I'm not here to sell you a get-rich-quick dream. I'm here to tell you the truth that wealthy people, successful entrepreneurs, and self-made millionaires all quietly understand. Wealth is not a destination. Wealth is a result. The result of a trained mindset, of daily practiced habits, of small choices accumulated over time until they become a massive force that propels you above the remaining 99%. I want you to understand this. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be born into a rich family. You don't need to rely on some special luck. What you need is to start looking at your life through an entirely new lens. You need to free yourself from the false beliefs that society, family, and even you yourself have fed into your mind for years. You need to learn to see money not as something to spend, but as a tool to build freedom. You need to learn to see yourself not as just an employee, but as a value creator, someone who can generate assets, opportunities, and leverage. Remember this: wealth is not about how much money is in your account right now. Wealth is about how many skills you have to create value, how much mindset you have to build assets, and how many habits you have to preserve and multiply your results. And in today's introduction, I want to tell you a story. Imagine two classmates. Both come from ordinary backgrounds. Both went to the same school, the same class, even with similar grades. 10 years later, one has become wildly successful, owning their own company, earning a high income, enjoying time freedom, traveling whenever they want. The other is still struggling in a regular job, buried in debt, constantly tired and feeling stuck. What do you think made the difference? Luck? Natural-born talent? Some special breakthrough moment? No. The difference started with small mindsets, small choices, small habits, repeated day after day, month after month, year after year. One chose to learn how to manage money from a young age. The other wasted it on short-term pleasures. One chose to invest in themselves, reading books, learning, growing. The other spent their time on social media and binge-watching shows. One learned to think long-term, to see the bigger picture. The other only lived for today. This is what I call the staircase principle. Every day, every choice you make is a step. Are you stepping up or slipping down? Are you moving closer to financial freedom or falling into the trap of debt and exhaustion? And trust me, there's no such thing as standing still. In today's world, if you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. One of the scariest things is how society has programmed us to believe lies about money. Lie number 1: money is evil. Have you ever heard this? That only greedy people want to be rich? Is that wealth selfish? This is a dangerous misconception. Money doesn't change who you are. It amplifies your true self. If you're a good person, money allows you to help others. If you're creative, money gives you the means to bring your ideas to life. If you have dreams, money helps you pursue them without being chained down. Lie. Number 2. To get rich, you have to take wild risks and gamble. The truth? Most wealthy people didn't get rich by luck or gambling. They built wealth through solid financial principles, smart risk management strategies, and a mindset of constant learning and adaptation. Lie number 3. You have to be born with an advantage to become rich. This is something people say when they've never seriously tried to change themselves. In reality, the majority of millionaires in the world are self-made. They started from zero, just like you, just like me. What they had was a different mindset, the belief that they could learn, they could grow, they could rise. So what do you really need to get started? You need to train yourself to have a winning mindset. The mindset of someone who understands that every small step matters and that every single day is an opportunity to build strength. You need to learn to ask yourself the right questions. How can I use 1 free hour today to learn a skill that can help increase my income? How can I cut unnecessary spending instead of chasing the image of fake wealth? How can I start saving and investing even with the smallest amount of money? How can I turn a dream into a goal and then turn that goal into a clear plan? When you train yourself to think this way, you'll come to realize an important truth. Wealth begins inside you, not in the outside world. I know that right now, you might be sitting there thinking, all right, this all sounds good, but can I really do it? The answer is yes, but only if you take action. You don't need to do everything today, but you must start with the smallest action, right now. It could be sitting down and writing out 3 specific financial goals. It could be opening a small savings or investment account. It could be dedicating 30 minutes each day to learning instead of scrolling through social media. Remember, small actions, repeated over time, are the seeds that create explosive growth. You don't become wealthy through one giant leap. You become wealthy through 1,000 small steps, taken in the right direction, with relentless persistence. Today's video, I'm going to guide you deep into the core mindsets and essential habits that can transform your financial life. These aren't empty theories. They're practical, modern strategies you can start applying right now, and I promise you this, if you listen all the way through, reflect on what you hear and take action, your life will start to change. Not because you've won the lottery of life, but because you're becoming the person who holds the key to financial freedom. Are you ready? Let's begin this journey together, right now. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. Because from this moment on, I'm going to take you on a journey that's not easy, not superficial, but one that will change the entire way you see money, your career, and yourself. Before you learn how to become wealthy, you must first identify what's holding you back. These obstacles are not outside of you. It's not the government. It's not your parents. It's not your boss. It's not the economy. They're inside. You be honest with yourself. How many times have you delayed action because of fear? How many times have you told yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not lucky enough, I don't have time? How many times have you spent money just to feel better for a moment, even though you knew it was a bad decision? How many times have you sat there comparing yourself to others, feeling jealous, but doing nothing to change your reality? We've all been there. We grow up in a society that programs our minds to believe in limits. That wealth is only for a select few. That ordinary people like us should play it safe, stick to a paycheck, cut expenses, and just hope we can retire comfortably one day. But to break free from this cycle, you have to realize something. What keeps you poor is not your circumstances, it's your mindset. If you believe you can't, you will never dare to try. If you believe wealth is evil, you will sabotage yourself the moment you start making good money. If you believe risk is the enemy, you will forever hide inside a tiny comfort zone. A poverty mindset is not simply having no money. A poverty mindset is when you refuse to learn, refuse to grow, refuse to take responsibility for your life. Let me share a secret with you. Over the years, I've learned that the education system, society, even your own family, never teach you how to become wealthy. They teach you how to be a good citizen. Go to work regularly, pay your taxes, spend within limits, hope for a raise, and live a stable life. But they don't teach you. Money is a flow, not a destination. Money needs to circulate, be invested, multiplied, not just hoarded. Money doesn't grow from tiny savings. It grows from learning how to create bigger value. Income doesn't equal wealth. There are people who make tens of thousands every month but blow it all on credit card debt, luxury cars, and flashy vacations. And there are people who earn modestly but invest wisely, build assets, and over time surpass everyone. Leverage is power. The rich don't become wealthy just from their own labor. They use leverage, systems, teams, capital, technology, knowledge. 1 hour of their work can generate 100 or 1,000 times more than someone else's. Because they're not selling their time, they're selling scalable value. Financial knowledge isn't complicated, but it's made to seem complicated on purpose. The wealthy understand that to protect money, you have to learn about it. They know how to read financial statements, how to allocate assets, how to manage risk. They don't leave it to luck or rumors. Now close your eyes for a moment. Picture the person you've always dreamed of becoming. A person who is free, grounded, unshaken by financial challenges, no longer scrambling in uncertainty, no longer dependent on a paycheck or anyone's approval. A person who lives with a bright flame inside, a flame of independence, creativity, breakthrough, building value and assets that no one can take away. To become that person, you don't need luck. You don't need to be born into a rich family. You don't need to wait for opportunity to come knocking. You need 5 core mindsets, 5 operating software upgrades that will change the way you see the world, change how you make decisions, change how you respond to challenges. And when you truly grasp, internalize, and live by these mindsets, you will step into a new version of yourself, a version that is powerful, unlimited. Come with me. Let me tell you the story. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture the person you've always dreamed of becoming. A person who is free, steady, unshaken by financial challenges, no longer scrambling in uncertainty, no longer dependent on a paycheck or anyone's approval. Person who lives with a bright flame inside, a flame of independence, creativity, breakthrough, building value and assets that no one can take away. To become that person, you don't need luck. You don't need to be born into a wealthy family. You don't need to wait for opportunity to knock. You need 5 core mindsets, 5 operating systems that will change the way you see the world, change the way you make decisions, change the way you respond to challenges. And when you truly grasp, internalize, and live by these mindsets, you will step into a new version of yourself, a powerful, unlimited version. Come with me. Let me tell you the story. Mindset number 1. Take absolute responsibility. No one likes to hear this, but I'll say it straight. You cannot become rich if you are still blaming. Blaming the circumstances, blaming your parents, blaming the economy, blaming the system, blaming the successful people you secretly envy. Here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. You are the only one responsible for every dollar you earn, every dollar you lose, every dollar you spend impulsively, every dollar you invest wisely. This is the most incredible power a human being has, the power to take responsibility for themselves. Weak people don't dare to take responsibility. They live lives being pulled, pushed, and steered by others, by the news, by social media, by public opinion. They complain, they blame, they wait for a miracle. But strong people are different. They stand up and take control. They say, "All right, maybe the game isn't fair. But I don't care. I will play this game my way to win." You can't control the outside world, but you can control yourself. You can control your focus, your energy, your actions, your time, your relationships, your choices. And when you take absolute responsibility, you will start to see doors open. Not doors someone else opens for you, but doors you open with your own hands. Mindset number 2. Focus on value, not just money. This is something most ordinary people completely miss. They ask, how much money can I make? The wealthy ask, what problem can I solve for others, so valuable that they are willing to pay for the solution? Money doesn't just fall from the sky. It is the reward given to those who create value. Do you want to make more money? Stop asking, what should I do to get paid more? Start asking, who has a big problem that I can help solve? Big, complex, difficult problems. That's where the money flows. If you only do the things anyone can do, you will always be paid cheap wages. If you learn how to solve the tough problems that few dare to touch, you will enter the territory of wealth. The more value you bring, the more you change the game, the more you make other people's lives better, faster, easier, the more you will be rewarded. Value can come in many forms: knowledge, skills, networks, products, systems, or even simply creativity. And here's the best part. You can learn how to create value. No one is born knowing how. But the wealthiest people in the world all understand this one truth. They only became rich when they focused on value, not on empty money. Mindset. 3. Think long-term. Poor people think in terms of weeks and months. They say, how much of a raise will I get this month? They ask, can I get cheap flight tickets for this summer vacation? The wealthy think in terms of years and decades. They ask, in the next 5 years, by how many times do I want my assets to grow? They plan, in the next 10 years, how will the system I'm building run on its own, without me micromanaging every detail? When you adopt long-term thinking, you stop getting trapped by cheap options, rash decisions, or fast money schemes that aren't sustainable. You start investing in things that bring lasting results: skills, relationships, systems, reputation, assets. You understand, today may be hard, but you are planting seeds. And you are patient, waiting for the day to harvest the fruits. Look at the great billionaires of the world. They didn't become billionaires because of a single stroke of luck. They became billionaires through decades of persistence, accumulation, expansion, reinvestment, and empire building. You don't need to become a billionaire. But if you want to achieve financial freedom, you must learn how to think long-term. Every dollar you spend or invest today, every action you choose to take or not take, must come from a long-term strategy. Mindset number 4. Believe in unlimited growth. Look me in the eye, listen carefully. You don't need to be naturally talented to become skilled. You don't need to start from an advantage to go far. You don't need a smart gene to learn new abilities. All you need is one unshakable belief: everything can be learned. Business skills, learnable. Investment skills, learnable. Team management skills, learnable. Skills for building systems, brands, distribution channels, negotiation, marketing, sales, learnable. The real question is, are you willing to learn? Are you willing to push through the awkwardness at the start, accept being bad when you begin, and stay patient enough to practice until you become excellent? If the answer is yes, nothing can stop you. I have met countless people who started from zero. No capital, no skills, no connections, no background. But they had one thing: an unshakable belief that they could learn. They read books, watched videos, sought out mentors, experimented, failed, learned, and step by step they climbed the ladder of success. Not because of luck, but because of their relentless commitment to unlimited learning. Mindset number 5. Understand and use leverage. You only have 24 hours in a day. But the world is not limited to your 24 hours. The world is full of leverage, ready to multiply the value you create. Poor people think, I have to do everything myself. Rich people think, I will use technology, people, capital, branding, and platforms to multiply my efforts. What can leverage look like? Teams, people who do what you're not great at, so you can focus on what you do best. Technology. Software, tools, automation that help you work faster, more accurately, and more efficiently. Capital. Other people's money, investors, banks, or partners that help you scale up. Branding. The power of trust and reputation, so that customers come to you instead of you chasing them. Platforms. Social media, distribution systems, e-commerce marketplaces that allow you to reach millions at once. Don't trap yourself in the cycle of trading 1 hour of work for 1 unit of return. Build systems so that every hour you invest today continues generating value tomorrow. Build assets so that money works for you. Use leverage, so you're not relying solely on your own hands. You're backed by a larger, stronger, and smarter engine. If you ask me, what is the greatest secret to wealth? I will tell you, it's not strategy. It's not luck. It's not talent or being born with an advantage. It's mindset. Mindset is everything. Mindset is the root of action. Repeated actions create habits. Long-term habits shape destiny. You can change your financial destiny, starting today, if you are willing to change the way you think. Remember this: take absolute responsibility. Focus on value. Think long-term. Believe in unlimited growth. Understand and use leverage. If you're ready, type in the comments below this video. I choose to change. I want to see your commitment. I want to see that you're not just listening and you're acting, because those who dare to choose change are the ones who rewrite their own story. Dear friend, let me share one more secret. A truth successful people know deeply, but most of the world still doesn't fully grasp. You don't change your life through one grand decision, one explosive moment, one lucky investment, or a sudden $1,000,000 idea. No. Your life is rewritten, reshaped, and upgraded millimeter by millimeter, through small habits repeated relentlessly, day after day. You see, those who are wealthy, free, and in control of their lives all understand one thing. Wealth is not magic. It is the natural result of a system of right financial habits. And the good news? These habits are not difficult. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need to be born into money. You don't need to have powerful connections from the start. You just need to start. You just need to persist. You just need to believe in the compound power of small things. So come with me as we dive into each habit, one by one. Let these words become a voice inside you, awakening your desire to change, awakening your decision to rise into a greater version of yourself. Habit number 1. Track your personal cash flow. It might sound funny, but here's a harsh truth. Many people out there have no idea where their money goes each month. They get their paycheck, they spend, they pay bills, they shop, they grab coffee, they go out for entertainment. Then they run out of money and wait for the next paycheck. And the cycle just keeps repeating. No tracking, no awareness, no control. They're like a ship without a map, drifting in the vast financial ocean, letting the waves carry them wherever they please. If you want to take control of your financial life, start with the simplest step, awareness. Take 15 minutes at the end of each day, or at least 1 hour at the end of each week, to look back. How much did you spend? On what? Why? Download a money tracking app or simply open an Excel sheet. Don't worry about making it perfect. Don't be afraid it's too complicated. Just write it down. Make it a habit like brushing your teeth, washing your face, exercising. Because when you know where your money goes, you can start making better decisions. You'll spot unnecessary waste. You'll see small saving opportunities you never noticed before. And you'll feel a new kind of power rise within you. The power of someone who's in charge, no longer being led by money, but leading money. Habit number 2. Read at least 15 minutes a day about finance, investing, business. There's one kind of asset that no one can ever take away from you. Knowledge. Money can be lost, assets can collapse, markets can turn upside down, but knowledge, once you possess it, becomes a solid foundation, becomes a map that ensures you'll never be completely lost. Start building the habit of reading. Just 15 minutes a day. Only 15 minutes. No one is too busy to spare 15 minutes. Read books, listen to audiobooks, watch videos, read blogs. Whatever format works best for you. Choose high-quality content on topics like finance, investing, business, personal development, and wealth-building mindsets. A little bit each day, a small seed planted daily. 1 year from now, you'll be amazed at how far ahead you are compared to 95% of the crowd out there. People who never bother to learn anything new. 5 years. From now, you'll look back and thank yourself for continuously feeding your mind. 10 years from now, you'll become a version of yourself that is skilled, confident, sharp, unstoppable. Habit number 3, automate your investing. Many people say, when I have extra money, I'll start investing. But you know what actually happens? They never have extra money. Spending always expands to match income. Desires always run ahead of capacity. If you wait until you have a surplus to start, you'll be waiting forever. Do the opposite. Set aside a portion for investing before you spend. As soon as you get paid, as soon as you receive any income, automatically transfer a portion, even if it's small, into an investment account. Percent, 10%, 15%, whatever. Percentage you can maintain is better than doing nothing. Investing doesn't always mean buying stocks or real estate. Sometimes it's as simple as putting money into a savings account, buying index funds, investing in your own skills, or putting money into a new income-generating system. The most important thing is to build the habit, and let that habit work. For you, every single month, remember, you don't need to start perfectly, you just need to start. Slow is better than never. Habit number 4, build multiple income streams if you have only one source of income. For example, a job salary. You're putting all your eggs in one basket. All it takes is one company crisis, one boss changing their mind, one market shift, and you could lose everything. The wealthy never rely on just one stream of money. They constantly expand, build, and diversify. Small businesses, investments, digital products, rental properties, affiliate marketing, online sales, teaching, writing books, and more. Each small income stream might not seem like much at first, but over time, they combine into a mighty, steady, powerful river. Ask yourself, what skills do you have that you can turn into a product or service? What passion can you turn into a side income stream? What connections can you leverage to open new opportunities? Don't wait for the perfect idea. Experiment, start small, and learn along the way. Diversity of income is the shield that protects you from life's unexpected shocks. Habit number 5, surround yourself with like-minded people. You can't fly high if you're surrounded by people who keep pulling you down. You can't break through if every day you're hearing negativity, discouragement, doubt, blame, and complaints. You must actively choose your environment. Seek out communities, friends, mentors, people with positive mindsets, ambition, and a drive to grow. Join courses, events, mastermind groups, forums, places where you can be inspired and pushed forward. Reduce the time you spend on toxic relationships, meaningless conversations, and advice from people who aren't living the kind of life you want. Your surrounding environment is an incredibly powerful catalyst. It can push you farther than you ever imagined, or it can drag you to the bottom. Choose wisely. Do you see it now? There's nothing too complicated, nothing too grand, nothing that demands you to transform 180 degrees overnight. All great change begins with small, steady steps. Every small habit is like a brick. And day by day you will build your own financial castle. Let me remind you, track your personal cash flow. Read at least 15 minutes a day about finance, investing, business. Automate your investing. Build multiple income streams. Surround yourself with like-minded people. If you truly commit to practicing these, if you truly make them part of your life, I promise you, 1 year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you will be a completely different person. A person who is free, powerful, independent, no longer shackled by the fear of money. A person living the life you choose, not the life others impose on you. If you're ready, leave a comment below this video. I start today. Let the world know that you're not just here to listen for entertainment, but to listen for transformation. Prove that you belong to the 1% who dare to act, dare to commit, dare to move forward. I believe in you. Now, let's begin. Dear friend, right now you might be sitting quietly in front of the screen thinking, how can I possibly change my entire mindset, habits, and financial life just from these words? You might feel overwhelmed. Yes, I understand. There's the mindset of absolute responsibility, the mindset of value, long-term thinking, growth, and leverage. Then there are all these small but powerful habits: tracking cash flow, reading daily, automating investments, building income streams, connecting with like-minded people. Yes, it sounds like a lot. Dense, complex, heavy. But I'm here to tell you, you don't need to do it all at once. You don't need to change your life overnight. You just need to start. You just need a simple, clear, actionable strategy. And I'm going to give it to you today. This is the 3-step strategy that has helped thousands before you begin their financial transformation journey. This is a strategy designed just for you, regardless of your starting point, regardless of your circumstances, with no need to wait for the perfect moment. This is the 3-step strategy to start today. Step 1. Write down a specific financial goal. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But most people skip this step. They say vague things like, I want to be rich, I want financial freedom, I want to make more money. But you know what? Those aren't goals. They're blurry dreams. A real goal must be specific, measurable, and have a clear deadline. Grab a pen and notebook or open your notes app. Write down a clear, concrete goal. For example, I want to save 10 million VND in the next 3 months. I want to earn an extra 5 million VND per month from a side hustle within 6 months. I want to complete a stock investing course in the next 2 months. I want to finish 3 personal finance books in the next month. I want to reduce unnecessary spending by 20% this month. See that? Clear, specific, with numbers and timelines. When you write a goal like that, your brain begins to focus. Your mental system starts adjusting. You're no longer a dreamer. You become a designer of action. And at that moment, you're already ahead of 90% of the crowd, PE inside you. Step 2. Identify one skill or habit you need to develop to achieve that goal. Listen closely. You don't need a long list. You don't need to take on everything at once. Just choose one skill or one habit. Something you believe, if you build, it will move you closer to your goal. For example, if your goal is to save 10 million VND in 3 months, maybe the habit you need is tracking your daily expenses. If your goal is to earn an extra 5 million VND per month, maybe the skill you need is learning how to sell online or run basic ads. If your goal is to cut expenses by 20%, maybe the habit is creating a shopping list before going to the supermarket. If your goal is to start investing, maybe the skill is opening a brokerage account and learning how to choose index funds. If your goal is to improve financial knowledge, maybe the habit is reading for 15 minutes every day. Pick just one thing and commit to doing it well. Why? Because you are building momentum. It's like riding a bicycle. The hardest part is starting. But once the wheels are spinning, everything becomes easier. Step 3. Commit to daily action for the next 30 days. This is the most important step, the one that 99% of people never get past. The step that successful people understand clearly. Consistent effort creates real results. I'm not asking you to do something big. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to borrow money to start a business. I'm not telling you to jump into crypto. I'm asking you to commit to 30 minutes a day. Focused, consistent, no skipping, no excuses. Minutes to do what? To track your daily spending. To learn a new lesson related to your chosen skill. To build your side project or develop a product. To read a chapter of a financial book. To search for new clients, partners, or opportunities. Just 30 minutes. But if you do that consistently for 30 days, you'll experience something amazing. You won't be the same person anymore. Your brain will be reprogrammed. Your confidence will grow. Your thinking will become sharper. Your skills will get stronger, and the first results will start to appear. Small, maybe, but enough to ignite hope inside you. Why does this strategy work? Because it brings together all the elements that create sustainable motivation. Specific, clear, focused goals. Achievable, just one skill or habit to focus on. Systematic, a commitment to 30 days of consistent effort. It breaks the curse of procrastination, vague dreams and overly complex plans that collapse under their own weight. It pulls you into a cycle of action, where each day you move forward a little, and that very progress fuels the motivation to keep going. Remember, success doesn't come from one giant leap. It comes from 1% improvement each day. Percent progress compounded over a year will take you further than you ever imagined. Start today. Leave your first footprint now. I want you to do one thing. No waiting. No overthinking. As soon as this video ends, do this. Write down one specific financial goal. Choose one skill or habit you will develop. Commit to spending at least 30 minutes every day for the next 30 days taking action. If you truly dare. To commit, leave a comment below this video. I start today. Let the community see you. Let yourself see you. Turn this promise into the first milestone on your journey to transform your life. And if you want, share. What is your goal? What is the skill you're choosing? We, the people walking this financial growth path alongside you, will walk with you, cheer for you, and witness your rise. Final message. You are stronger than you think. You may not believe in yourself right now. You may have failed before, given up before, doubted yourself before. But I want to tell you something from the bottom of my heart. You are stronger than you think. Inside you is an enormous power, an unlimited potential just waiting to be awakened. And you don't have to do it alone. You have a community. You have fellow travelers. You have resources, knowledge, and support ready to help you. Start. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to take one step, a small step, today. Because today, this very moment, you are rewriting the financial story of your life. And I truly believe the next chapter will be the brightest one yet. Pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, and seriously, honestly, what are you willing to trade for a life of financial freedom? This is not a question to hear casually. This is not a question to answer half-heartedly. This is a core question, an arrow that pierces straight into your soul, a mirror that exposes the truth. What are you truly willing to give up? How far are you truly willing to go? Because everything you dream of, freedom, abundance, security, choice, opportunity, dignity, pride, comes at a price. And that price is not money. That price is the person you will become. What are you willing to let go of? Are you willing to let go of laziness? Those evenings spent mindlessly scrolling video after video only to complain, I have no time? Are you willing to let go of procrastination? That little voice whispering, tomorrow. I'll start next week, I'll wait until I'm ready, until it's convenient. Are you willing to let go of temporary pleasures? The endless parties, the luxury purchases just to show off, the mindless spending meant to fill an inner emptiness? I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to tell you a truth. Your life is the result of what you are willing to trade. If you're only willing to trade a little free time, a little effort, a little shallow commitment, you will only get small results, scraps of luck, temporary satisfaction. But if you are willing to let go of what's old, what's average, what's weak inside you, if you are willing to do what 99% of people refuse to do, you will receive what 99% of people will never touch. Don't underestimate yourself. Listen to me. You are not as weak as you think. You are not as average as you believe. You are not unlucky. You were not born without a chance. You were not denied opportunity by the universe. The truth is, you are stronger, smarter, and more full of potential than the way you see yourself every day. How many years have you carried limiting beliefs? How many times have you looked in the mirror and seen someone not good enough, not worthy enough, not lucky enough? How many times have you told yourself, I can't do it. I'm not ready. I'm not lucky enough. Today, I say this to you, and I want you to carve it into your heart. No one on this earth is born perfect. No one on this earth is handed a path of roses. But every single successful person, every single wealthy person, every single person who has achieved what they wanted shares one thing in common. They made the decision not to quit. Do you know something? The fire you've been searching for, the strength, the belief, the determination, the courage, it has never disappeared. It has only been temporarily covered by fear, by doubt, by past failures, by the words others have spoken over you. But it has always been there, burning quietly. And today, this very moment, as you read these final lines, it is roaring back to life. Let that fire guide you. Let it burn through every obstacle. Let it light up the path ahead of you, and remember, you were not born to live an ordinary life. You were born to become the most extraordinary version of yourself. Start today. Start now. Start with you. If you're ready, leave a comment. I'm ready to ignite. Share the first goal you will take action on. Let the entire community cheer you on and witness your transformation. Are you ready? I believe you are. Now, go awaken the fire inside you. If you're ready to take charge of your financial future, hit that like button, subscribe to Grow Up Wealth, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a single strategy to help you grow, thrive, and become the millionaire you're meant to be.